God in federal and state constitutions preambles? Well, let me explain. So, according to an article that I read from the Marquette Law Review from Marquette University in Michigan, they state that 45 of the 50 states in the United States of America, and obviously the federal constitution mentions creator, but they mention God directly in their preambles. And one of those 45 states happens to be my beloved home state of the great state of New York. As you can see, there's a Capitol building right there. And our state constitution preamble says, "We, the people of the great state of New York, grateful to Almighty God, do ordain and establish the Constitution of the great state of New York." And the reason why, according to the Marquette Law Review, that they state that the constitutional writers of the several states put God into the state constitution was because at the time of the writing of those constitutions, it was part of these great awakenings, because in the late 1700s, there was the first Great Awakening, and then in the 1840s to 1850s, when most of the other state constitutions were written, there was the second Great Awakening. And during those Great Awakenings, people were trying to push religion into the affairs of the government and make the governments, again, make it seem like the governments were established by divine providence, and that these people who were establishing those state governments through those constitutions and in their writing of those constitutions were doing the work of God by establishing these governments. And again, this is where we get a lot of the Christian nationalism that we see today, is a continuation of those great awakenings, trying to put God into the constitutions of the state governments and the federal government too. So again, it all boils down to one thing: those great awakenings putting religion into society and into the civil affairs of the civil governments. And that is why God is mentioned in 45 of the 50 state constitutions of these United States of America. Peace and blessings, y'all.